don't know what to say about this Raw. People, I haven't done a Raw review in a minute. And if I have, I can't remember. But this Raw takes the cake, okay? I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, when Triple H came out and he was gonna actually wrestle Curtis Axel, I'm like, okay, maybe this is gonna be a good match. Then here comes Vince, changing everything around for Lord knows what reason. Cutting the match off, and then Triple H. When I heard that it was going to be a possible 60-minute Iron Man match, you had no idea how excited I was. I'm like, finally, you guys are going to pick this up. And then Vince came out and canceled it. It's like a child, it's like a child coming in there just to bug you. Like if you have your brother, like your little brother or your little nephew or whatever, and they come in there like,
you come back on.
just like that, people. Seriously, I know how weird that looked, but seriously, they were acting like a bunch of kids. This has nothing to do with Payback at all. Why on earth are you going to have the McMahons? The McMahons have always been known to have really great storylines. They have always been known to have they're always been known to tell a tale, and they've always been known to be great heels. What happened? Especially when Stephanie was there. Stephanie's probably one of the best heels in the McMahon family besides Vince. Can be straight up devious, but Stephanie is just as ruthless. And I know, yeah, sure, being a mom kind of calmed her down, but regardless of that, the whole first segment was stupid. The whole fight between Vince and Triple H is stupid. The hugging moment was even dumber. Hug it out. Look, something's telling me that maybe they're making a mockery or probably making a jab towards the IWC and the YWC because of the fact that they're going beyond PG. They're going G now, even though they do say a few words that a little bit more, that's a little colorful for G. But it seems to me that maybe Vince McMahon is poking at us because of the fact that he's going to go the whole family-friendly angle. Or maybe it's just he's just making a jab, period. I don't know. But the thing about it is, what is it doing for your overall show? It's making it crap. That's what it is. Not to mention the fact that they keep shoving burger commercials in our face every 5 seconds, with Vicky Guerrero chomping on a burger, which I think was absolutely disgusting. And then, don't get me wrong, that burger looked good, but the last thing I want to see is Vicky Guerrero feeding her face with a giant burger. Or the King feeding his face with a giant burger. It was ridiculous amounts of product placement when it came to that burger. It was so sad. And then the matches themselves were good. I'm not going to lie. Daniel Bryan's match that he had with Seth Rollins was really good. I'm not going to deny that. That was one of the matches of the night. The only match of the night. But on the real, everything else, I'm like, what are you trying to do? You got a pay-per-view that's not that far off. It's close about maybe, I think, 2 weeks away. You haven't really had you have pretty much of a crap build to it, except for maybe a few feuds that you're trying to put together. Between Caitlyn and AJ, I have to say that it's shocking enough that I absolutely cared about this Divas feud because it was something in a long time coming. Like, we all know that AJ is crazy, and it makes sense for her to literally be against Caitlyn because Caitlyn wanted to go on with her career, and AJ wanted to be a glorified lap warmer. No offense to her. I don't know her, I'm talking about her character. Her character wanted to have more attention from guys while she cared about her career. Let's face it, that's what it was. And it makes sense for that feud to start off. So I can't necessarily hate on that. I can say that it was kind of corny the way that Biggie Langston came up with a set of flowers, because something's telling me that dude, Oh boy, I'm not even gonna get into that. But the one thing I do know is that it was just weird all in itself. But good gravy, man. I mean, you really thought that the WWE was gonna clean up their act. The show really did blow. It blew chunks. It didn't even suck. It blew. It blew chunks. Chunks of horribleness coming out of your gut. That is what this show was. And I was so looking forward to a hype up to Payback. But for some reason, it's like Vince really doesn't care anymore. He has no competition. He's not hungry anymore. And you can tell by watching this show. You got 3 hours of crap. But the thing is, the casual fans, they'll eat up anything because majority of them are old timers like us. Not really old, but like old school folks that were around since the 80s, since the Attitude Era. We're fans of that. Then you got the 5-year-olds, the 7-year-olds who you can probably fool and lie to on a daily basis, and they'll be entertained over anything. But then when they go further up to age 8 and 9, they better do something with that because they're going to get bored. So what are you going to do with this ridiculous family-oriented crap that you keep trying to feed us, even though it's not even family-oriented? If it was completely G, it should be like no color commentary, but it was all colorful, coming from John Cena. Okay. I'm gonna mellow out before I have a stroke. But on the real, this show was one big steaming pile of crap. That's just what it was. A huge, big steaming pile of crap with just chunks and chunks of corn in it. Like, yes, I was a little bit colorful, a little bit more vivid with that, but I'm being real here. It was bad. Horribly bad. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop ranting here. I can go on all night, and it doesn't make any sense. And it's not so much the fact that it was bad. It was just to the point where Triple H really made himself look stupid. Seriously. There was nothing pointing towards Payback at all. The feuds were mediocre at best, except for maybe a handful of them. As usual, Wade Barrett, who has the IC Championship belt, sits on the side, as usual, watching the match, and then you see his opponent who possibly wins, who may win it all. They have the same thing over and over and over again, night after night after night after night after freaking night. When are you going to step up your game? When are you going to change? Just because you don't have anybody that's competing against you, you have a product that you have to represent. Not everybody's that stupid. Sure, you can fool a little kid, but you can't fool them when they get older. So what are you going to do, WWE? Are you going to be this lame forever? Enough with this rant. Leave a comment in the comment section below or send me a video response on how you feel about Raw tonight. Do you think Raw was okay? Do you think it was great? Do you think it was mediocre? Do you think it was like my opinion about it? But anyway, guys, I want to hear what you have to say about this. I'm going to be done ranting before I have a stroke. This is Nate Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Bye.